Alright, so last episode we began season 2 by spending 90 million on some big transfers. The most important ones being Ederson, signing from Atalanta, Ibanez rejoining Roma from the Saudi League, and also Carlos Augusto joining from Inter. But yeah, first thing left, make three Brazilians joining the team. And then we took on PSG in the Super Cup final. They won the Champions League, and we beat them here after we won the Europa League last season to win the Super Cup. They 1-0 with a header from Dovvik, being the only goal of the game there to give us a win, and win our fourth trophy of this series. We then took on Inter in our first game of the season in the league. We've got a 1-goal lead here, and then Dybala would get the second and would be on for a hat-trick in this game. But unfortunately for him, he would get a chance for a hat-trick here. He'd be played through by Oscar, but Dybala's shot would be saved by Sommer, but Makoko will be there to head it into the back of the net. We then would take on their city rivals in AC Milan in the second game of the season, taking them on with Matthias Saleh scoring a great goal. Dovvik would double our lead, and it'll be a very similar situation. It was later in the game, grabbing the third with Badanzi off the bench, running through and smashing into the back of the net. And let's get into today's episode, make a big signing for the team, and continue our form. And to kick off today's episode, we're making one more signing for this team, bringing the German Anton Stark in, who's also recently moved to Leeds United IRL. We're going to sign him here in Season 2 to be another rotation midfielder for us on the bench. To fairly tall, physical, strong, can go forward, can defend, a great player. And we know how good he can be from the FIFA 23 Dortmund series. He was the king of the long shots in that series on that game anyway. But Anton Stark joins us here at Roma to be a rotation midfielder for us in the team, to add a bit more quality and depth to our midfield as well. And for the first game of today's episode, I figured I'd take on Atalanta. We're currently second in the table. We're currently first. We have sinned through a bunch of games that I just thought I'd get through and not share the results, because it's not really, well, we won every game and it kind of takes up more time in the episode than we're showing you, than not showing you. But I can see Stark's going to start in midfield for this one here. And I was going to sim this game against Atalanta as well, because we've got a game against Real Madrid in the Champions League coming up. That was going to be the first game in today's episode, but that'll be the second game in a month or so's time in this series anyway. So we're going to sim every game in between after this one as well. And we'll show you about it via the calendar results after this when we do get to the Real Madrid game. But like I said, Stark's going to start in midfield with Ederson to see how he can play in that midfield role. He's not replacing Cody in the first team. I just want to see how he can play. Ederson can play the box-to-box role, and Stark's going to be playing as a deep line playmaker. Let's see how we can do against second to the table Atalanta, and hopefully continue our impressive form from last episode. And we didn't concede a single goal last episode, so let's hopefully continue with that in today's one here. And I just thought I'd mention that I have started a Battlefield 6 campaign playthrough over on my second channel. You can find that linked in the description down below. If you go into the channel, you can see it on the community post. It should be I might have already posted the first episode by the time this video is live. If you want to watch me play through the Battlefield 6 campaign, you can find it on the second channel. There will also be some more multiplayer videos, stuff like that, maybe posted over there as well. I just don't think it will do the best on the main channel, considering I've posted this content over here. This is Anton Stark, first involvement for him. The first time I think I've used him in like 2 years. I think I might have used him in Ultimate Team at one point for a small moment for like a objective. Oh, look at that from Ederson. That is incredible from the Brazilian. And it's 1-0 here. In just under 8 minutes, the Brazilian Ederson puts us ahead. A player that's been linked to a bunch of big teams that I rolled, the likes of Manchester United, most likely, most heavily he's been linked to in recent times, but he's obviously stayed at Atalanta, but we have signed him here. And up against his former team, I just noticed up against his former team, he's just scored again, so I should have not celebrated, but I completely forgot that this is his former team. But he does well here, a little Iniesta type movement there, dragging the ball across with a bridge. I believe that skill move is called. They're dragging it away from the defender to his other foot there, and smash it into the back of the net to make it 1-0. So I love how Dial's a winger. He also defends, and he can do so. He gets the ball back with his physicality. Here's Dybala. Lovely ball over the top, looking for Dovvik. First time hits it straight up sporty yellow. Dybala. Anton Stark, why not? FIFA 23, he could score from this range. For his legs to Mardini. Lookman, no. The first touch there left to be desired from him. That pass was not what I wanted to do. Lookman, no. Good defending from Ederson, as we expected him to be. So he'll get better when he does have the roles trained up to what he needs to be as a deep line playmaker, and a box-to-box as well. But Dovvik is through. Dovvik to make it 2. And what a save by Sports Yellow, man. Bellanova. Bad pass there from them, and we can maybe counter here. Here's Anton Stark. Good play to find Dovvik for 2-0, finally. And on his first start for us in this series, Anton Stark gets an assist. Well, it's been like a month or so since we signed him in this series, but This is the first game he's played for us in the actual starting 11. He might have played in the sims in between. I'm not too sure, but he most likely has done. And Dovvik this time beats Sportello in net, and that's a great finish as well. Great pass by Stark to feed it through to him. We're going to make a few changes. Unfortunately, Dynasty picked up an injury during the simulations. He's out for another few days. It was only a 2-week injury, and he's going to be back pretty soon. So we can't bring him on for this game. We're going to bring on Seema. Let's bring on Oscar Bob as well. We could even actually... Let's do this. That is not what I wanted to do. I want to put Sule Cam. We're going to bring on Kone in that position. Edison... Do we take him off and keep Arsene Saka? And let's keep him. Let's actually bring on. Is Bove trained up to any of these? He's got box to box 1. Let's bring on Bove. We're not really used him that much. And other than that, let's also bring on Makoko. Pasalac. Inside blocked, and that's going to be cleared by Seema. Matthias Salet. I'll feed it through to Yusuf and Makoko. Running through. Can he make it free? And the German does so. And Atalanta, despite being second in the table, have just not had an answer for us in this game. That's been the case of every team so far we've faced in the series pretty much. We've beaten pretty much everyone in front of us. I don't think we've actually lost a played game, if I'm not mistaken. We've drawn a one, I believe, a few, but we've won quite a lot. And Bakoko here makes it 3-0 against Atalanta. And because we've got a few more games to go in this episode, I'm going to sim to the end of this one. For the final 20 minutes, it's going to end 3-0. Wish us to see an Atalanta didn't have a single shot against us. I'm hoping that when we do get round to playing against Real Madrid, which will be our next game, they're going to be a tough challenge for us. And hopefully they actually will be. And before we get into the Real Madrid game, I thought I'd show you the results we did pick up beforehand, just like I mentioned before, like I would do. I guess we were unbeaten so far. We drew against Lecce with the second team, but we beat Bologna before this one. We take on Real Madrid. After this, we then take on Napoli in a big game, and then get at the end of October and November. We have a game against PSG, which we might sim, because I feel like this Real Madrid game is going to be the biggest test for us. As the PSG, we did just beat them in the Super Cup final last episode to win the UEFA Super Cup. We won the Europa League last season, and they won back-to-back Champions Leagues. Right now we're currently 4th in the table with 6 points, 11 on points with Atletico Madrid and Juventus, and Arsenal are ahead on 7 points. Let's get into this one now against Real Madrid and see what we are in the pecking order in the Champions League. Our first team is ready for this one. Let's get into it, and hopefully we can get a big victory here at home against Real Madrid. And now if I do easily beat Real Madrid here, then I will look into the sliders and fix them and make them harder, etc. and just try find a way to make this game harder, because I feel like for the past, since this game came out, it's been far too easy on Ultimate to beat the AI. I've had some games where I've struggled, not because I've not had the chances to win, just because the goalkeepers have saved them, because goalkeepers are very good in this game. Carlos Augusto there loses out. But Real Madrid in this game should be a tough challenge. PSG were decently tough. They just didn't really get many chances against us to score goals. We had a bunch against them, but Chevalier made some insane saves. He also picked up a big injury for them recently. Showing it into Mbappe, head blocked. Brahim back in. Mbappe's headed out. As they get a corner here, they're going to be looking for the ball into the centre. Too short, Silo gets his hands on it, but didn't catch it. Fanfani didn't parry it into an awkward position for us to deal with, but we're through here to Diao. And Diao, skill moves are so delayed in this game. I did the bridge skill with the one that I did with Edison to score that goal. I tried to do it there to get past Militao, and it just didn't do it. Ardagula. Carlos Augusto, great defending. Diao. To the baller. So Dovvik to 8-4, and Dovvik's header. Too wide of the post there. It's an awkward position for him to score a header there, but he needs to at least get it on target there. Dovvik back looking for Diao. Can he get there? He does, surprisingly so. And Diao, good composure to find the ball, and maybe Valverde puts it out for a corner, I believe. Mbappe blocked by Ndika. How's that gone backwards? How did that go backwards? Mbappe. Ibanez, thank you. The issue for us right now we're struggling against is the high press of Madrid. But other than that, they've not really been hard to defend against. Asana Diao hits it and forces a good save there from Thibaut Courtois. The Belgian does well there. Now the baller can look for Dovvik in the centre. He does so. Dovvik heads it. Over the roof of the net though. Good defending from Kone. Ederson. Just overran it there. That one touch were in that there and gave the ball away. Wesley, good defending there. Diar wins it back off Tchouameni. And he's somehow found the ball to Mbappe. Not to try that even happened. Bellingham through. Svilar, good save. Free hit to Ederson. Back here to Paulo. Dead baller, what a save by Courtois. That was Sane Diao. Forward to Quadrocone. Inside to Dovvik. And Dovvik to the baller. How has Courtois saved that? And a long advantage as well for Madrid. Bellingham. Good defending from Wesley. Sule. Good move by him. Needs to just get the ball away. Can you win that header? Ederson does so. We need to make changes in a second. We'll try to win this game later on, if we can do so. Oh, we could get the goal here with Dovvik. Running through and he's done so. It's been a similar game to the PSG one. A bunch of chances that we just haven't taken. We've been great defensively, stopping Real Madrid from really getting any clean-cut chances on goal against us. Other than mainly that one where Svilar made a great save. We would deserve the go-ahead goal in this game. And Dovvik finds it to make it 2-1. 1-0 here to us. Running through, great ball through to him. A great run. Before Dean Huijsen can catch up to him, he finds the back of the net and makes it 1-0. Like I said, I'm going to make 1 or 2 changes here later on in this game. We're going to bring on Badanzi. We're going to bring on Anton Stark for a bit more physicality in midfield and keep Ederson on. We're going to bring on Sima for Diao because he is tired, and also Oscar Bob. He's going to come on for this game. I was just happy that it wasn't a red. Vinny through, shot taken. That would have been a great goal. I couldn't complain if that went in. But ball through, and all the good is offside. And we get the victory. A very edge of the seat moment at the end of the game there. That long shot, if that went in, fair play, but it hit the crossbar. And in the end, the one goal from Dovvik was enough, as Ardagula was offside at the end. And this his equaliser was offside. And we get the victory here against Madrid. A sim to the game against Napoli, and hopefully get a victory against them to prove we're the best team still in Italy this season. And our next game is going to be up against 6th place Napoli here, who obviously are a decent team. They gave us a few good games last season, but we did manage to beat them overall by winning the league title. Let's get into this one. Let's start in midfield again for this one alongside Ederson, and hopefully we can get the victory against Napoli here, which we would love to see to prove that we are still the team that are going to win the Scudetto at the end of the season. Trouble here. Obviously Napoli, like I said, we're a team that on their occasion last season actually gave us a few good games. Here's Matthias Soler. And feed it through to Dovvik early on here. And that's a good chance from Romani. And I tried to play a pass there. Okay, to the German. Soler through to the baller. The baller blocked by De Bruyne. It's going to be a handball against the Belgian. And a free kick opportunity here for us. And I've struggled from free kicks in this game so far. I need to figure them out. But the baller here in a decent position. Can he score a free kick here to put us 1 goal up here? Padded the ball to the captain. Can he score? The baller hits it into the wall. I needed more power. And so far, other than that free kick, no real chance for us in this game. But here we go, Dovvik. Would have been offside, but it's going to be handball against Bukiema. And the second free kick opportunity for us a little bit further out this time. I'm going to just try something fun here. Why not? Since I'm not most likely going to score this free kick, I might as well do something great if it does go in. Padded the baller with the Trivella from range. The baller hits it, and the baller forces a great save out of Jordan Pickford, who's in goal for Napoli these days in the series. Stark wins it back, and then it's a mad scramble for the ball here in this corner. We come away with Anton Stark. Good strength there from him, the German. Going all the way, he hits it and he scores. Anton Stark, he is still a goal scorer. He may not be able to score them from the range he did in FIFA 23 due to the way long shots work in FC25 anyway, but he scores here to make it 1-0. We should have to see a great finish, by the way, beating Pickford there. A tight angle, and that's a striker's finish there from a CDM. And Stark, who's a player that I do want to use again in the future. I do want to do a Leeds Career Mode at some point. in the near future. I think my next series is likely going to be with like Wolves, maybe, or West Ham. I'm thinking Wolves most likely because I've not done a Career Mode series with them on the channel, and we did West Ham last year. So I feel like Wolves could be a good series to do next, as they are currently struggling in the Prem and having a bad start to their season. Obviously, a team that are most likely going to get relegated if everything goes, well, the way it's going. But Napoli here trying to get themselves back into this game. Scott McTominay, the hero for them last season, Iro Diao. Dovvik over the top looking for Diao, and it could be 2-0 as a solid Diao hits it. Pickford makes a save, and the Argentinian as well here. They get a good cross, and he does. The baller on the header. Pickford was in no man's land. What was he thinking? And the baller scores the header, and a likely goal for him, a headed goal. And the two Argentinians link up there to get a second goal in this game. And Pickford, what was going through his head? Why did he come halfway out? He was never going to get there in time. And also, questions going to be asked about Habib Lukema, who the baller beat in the air to win that. To the baller. The baller looking for Diao. Diao knocks it forward. And the son of Diao comes inside. Great move from him, and that's a great shot by Pickford. That's a great save. And Gutierrez almost made a massive error there. Okay, made a few changes. We moved Stark into the box-to-box role and brought on Sima, as well as Makoko Badanzi. As we get the ball away. It's good defending there from Ibanez. Lenawi to Oscar Bob. Lovely play there, but how did they defend that? Ben White to Politano as Napoli are just holding possession here. They're 2-0 down in the 80th minute. Why are they just holding possession, passing it back and forth in their defence? For us to steal it and play the ball over the top, like Oscar Bob ain't going to get any end to because Gutierrez heads it to Pickford. Just incredibly easy for me to beat the AI because Napoli did nothing against me in this game. For the last 20 minutes of it, they've been passing around the back of their own defence, doing nothing with the ball, and then playing a through ball over the top looking for the Lukaku, which didn't work out. If you look at the stats, they did nothing. They had more possession, they played more passes because they were just passing around the back and did nothing with it. Like, the AI in this game, I don't get it, man. Like, I want this game to be a challenge. I mean, I don't want to just win every game that I play and win every trophy in the first season or second season, right, in my first time round. Like, every series I've done so far, I've won everything in my first season that I could win. I've not lost a cup final. I've not lost a big game, I don't think. I may have lost one in a City or maybe Leverkusen series, I might have done. I'm not too sure, but we've got a 2-0 victory against Napoli in just a very easy fashion. I need to seriously look into the sliders and the way this game works out and just try and make it hard. Because right now, with Ultimate, the sliders turned up, everything that I've done to make it harder, it's just too easy. And for the final game of today's episode, going to take on the team that are currently 2 points behind us in the league in second place, and that is Fiorentina. Like I said, we're on 34 points. They're on 32 points, so this is a big game up against us. I'm surprised they're high up as they are, but they don't have David Hayer in goal and some high-rated players in the team that they're probably still kept on to. That's a Moise Keane and other players like that. But let's get into this game against Fiorentina, a team that I love. Fiorentina are just one of my favourite teams in Italian football. Obviously, the Fiorentina series back on FC24, I believe it was. And, well, obviously, one thing I did do, by the way, in today's episode, I've been saying SC25 instead of SC26. I noticed that moments ago when I was going through swimming games in between, and for some reason in my head, thought I was playing SC25, even though this is SC26, but it's late when I'm recording this. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6, is Black Ops 7. There's just so many numbers for games these days that are just there, and I just completely got them mixed up in my head and just lost the train of plot of what was going on. But let's get into this game against Fiorentina and hopefully remain top of the table and defeat the team that are currently second, and hopefully we remain unbeaten as well. And also in played games so far, I have not yet conceded a goal this season, so let's hopefully try and keep that up for as long as possible. Listen, Dybala back to Kone. It's our usual team for this one, though, Stark in midfield for this game. But he is on the bench, and we'll get some game time in the lights with Oscar Bob as well. I did think about starting, but since they're second, I didn't want to risk anything and didn't want to not start Matthias Saleh. It's Kone. into Diao, his found space. Diao shoots near post De Gea. Makes a save, and it's going to be good defending from Ederson. He's now charging forward himself here with the ball, the Brazilian. To Dovvik. He beats one defender. Dovvik beats a second. And beats De Gea. That's a great goal from Artem Dovvik to make it 1-0 here to us. Obviously now 85 rated in this search. You probably would have seen that a few games ago. He's gone up to an 85 now for us in this team. And the 28 or 29-year-old, I think he might be at this point in the series, makes it 1-0 here. He's such a great striker in this game. Pacey, physical, decent dribbling, and great shooting. And Dovvik makes it 1-0 here to us here against second in the table with Fiorentina to prove that we are still the best team in Italy. It's going to take much more than what they've done so far to get ahead of us in the league. And that they're they're nowhere near the level we're playing at in this series. And it could be 2-0 here if we get this attack correct here. Dybala running through. Paulo Dybala against De Gea. And it's denied by Dovvik. I was going to say he can keep it in play, but Valentina gets the ball off him. To Albert. Out wide to Malo Gusto. A Frenchman doing well. The former Chelsea player in the series now. Dzeko scores. And that's exactly what I said we can't let him do. Dovvik, I'm surprised that pass worked out to find him. Soleil making a run. Matthias Soleil scored from here last episode. And Soleil this time denied by De Gea. Good turn. Diao, great play. Dovvik on the header. De Gea, what a save. And Diao wasn't there for the rebound. And Kamutsu gets it away, and that's half time. As a sign of Diao now. Moving forward, the pacey winger plays it across to the Dybala, who strikes the side netting. Dybala steals it. And Dovvik, that should be 2-1, but his header there wasn't the best. I was hoping that he would have volleyed it, but he went for the header and didn't really connect with it, as he should have done. Try, find something, Dovvik. It's actually going to go to Dybala. Dybala hits it, and Dybala's denied by De Gea. It's a corner here for us by Danzi to take. Ball in. Headed by Augusto, saved by De Gea. Anton Stark looking for a pass here, but Fiorentina in the second half have just been so defensive. We struggled to find any way through them. No, Ederson, why not? Ederson, the Brazilian from range. David De Gea again. That's a great save to save them. Oscar Bob here, 2 minutes to go in this game. Anton Stark. Sima blocked though, and that's going to be the end of the game, into it. We're not going to get the ball back. They're going to carry it forward. And the rest going to blow for full time in a second. And it's going to be a draw. And again, we should have easily won there. One shot on target. Well, they might get a win here. Augusto steals it, and that's going to be the end of the game, into it. Rash's going to call it, yep. A frustrating draw against Fiorentina. Such a frustrating draw. De Gea made so many saves, man. They had one shot on target and scored it. Well, just one shot overall. They didn't have any off target. And we get the draw here. And this is the only time that I don't win a game, when this happens, where goalkeepers for the AI teams save pretty much everything I face at them. Now we're looking to De Gea's performance real quickly. Go to goalkeeping and switch to De Gea. A 9.4 rating. Just look at the shots he saved. Look at the positions of them. 9 shots on target, and he made 8 saves. That's just mental. I mean, he's a great goalkeeper, yes, but just look at how many of them are top, in the corners, you know what I mean? 3 of them are middle, you know what I mean? Cut down middle left. 1 to the right, or 2 to the right there. Couple to the left, or 3 or 4 to the left there. I feel like we should have scored. More than that. But somehow we get only a draw here against Fiorentina. And well, after that disappointing draw against Fiorentina, that's going to call it for today's episode. Dybala is now 89 rated, but I think he will go down to an 88 pretty quickly after reaching 89, because he's 33 years of age. And I do feel like he should just stay at an 89, you know what I mean? I feel like him dropping down to an 88 straight away isn't how it should work, you know what I mean? It should be when they drop in form. They're still playing great and in good form. They should still be going up in overall, or at least stay at a certain overall that you're at. But you know what I mean? FC doesn't really work like that, basically. The second a player reaches a certain rating at a certain age, they then start dropping again. And well, it is what it is. And it's just unfortunate that players like Dybala do tend to drop in overall pretty quickly after if they do manage to still go up in overall. But it is what it is. It's something I wish I would change, but they most likely won't do so. But the rest of the team is looking great so far. See, Anton Sott's been great for us in the team since coming in. As a midfielder, obviously, we are training him up to be a deep line playmaker at centre mid, and then also a box-to-box midfielder as well for him, as we have done so the likes with Cristante and Edenawi in the team. And so far, we're looking pretty good. I do feel like we are going to win the league this season again, and also win the Coppa Italia maybe as well. That would be great for us to do. But right now, undefeated. The same with Fiorentina, by the way. They did draw against us, but we should have beaten them. In that game, we definitely should have beaten them. I don't know how we didn't. Well, I do know how we didn't. David Hay made some insane saves. But in terms of the Champions League, we're in a good position. We did lose that game against PSG, by the way. That did some. We also just beat Liverpool in the game that I've seen before to win this outro here. So we are currently second on 15 points, with Basel up next and PSG have Real Madrid up next. So we're in a good position to take first spot if we manage to win the game against Basel, who obviously I believe a Swiss team, if I'm not mistaken. Now, obviously, Brian Lambola came from all those years ago. But I thought I'd show you the stats of the players so far this season and show you who was the best performer in the team. Dovvik, 10 goals and 3 assists. Dybala, 7 and 3 as well. Makoko, 6 and 1. And Matthias Sele, by the way, 5 and 6. Edison, 4 and 5. And Kone and Diao are in incredible seasons for us so far. Continue where they left off last season, especially the likes of Diao and also Matthias Sele. It was great for us in that right mid role last season. And yeah, that's going to call it for this one. If you've gone on to enjoy it, drop a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Battlefield 6 playthrough on my second channel. You can find a link to that in the description down below. And there might have also been like a card in the top right that I put into the video at some point if I do decide to do that. If I didn't do so, check the community posts tab on the channel and also check the description down below for the link to the second channel where you can check out all things like Battlefield 6, Black Ops 7, basically games that aren't FC related, videos that aren't FC related that I want to put onto my channel, but don't want to take away views from the main channel, momentum from the main channel, basically, that I need to put onto the second channel for them to just at least get whatever views they get over there and try to get that going as well. But yeah, I also drop a like and subscribe over there as well, by the way. I'm trying to grow the second channel even more, but obviously that's been kind of slow and kind of like inconsistent with me uploading on that channel recently, but I'm trying to get back onto it. Obviously, Battlefield 6 content, Black Ops 7 content as well, hopefully coming your way on the second channel in the future. And I do also want to actually complete a Road to Dark Matter series. I did Road to Interstellar and Modern Warfare 3. Didn't finish the series. Managed to get the camo in my own time. Black Ops 6, didn't bother really getting the camos in the end. I just couldn't really be bothered with that. And hopefully Black Ops 7, I will, make a series going through all the camos, etc. I might not make a video for every gun, but I might do streams on the second channel or on Twitch, and hopefully get those done and get the actual Dark Matter camo when the game does come out in like a month or so. And after whatever, I don't want to do it pretty quickly, but not too quick that I get burnt out playing the game. But after waffling in this outro, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.